revisiting American movie musical classics. Join Discotheque Support as they discuss America's most iconic musical films and the scenes that stay with them today.
We talk a lot about classic films here at Discotheque Support, and how could we talk about classic film without mentioning the 1978 Paramount Pictures release, Grease? I mean, I couldn't even pick a favorite scene if you made me, but I guess if I had to, it'd probably have to be the ending. You know, where Danny comes out dressed as a jock, and then he says, "Hey, has anyone seen a Sandy? I got this little sporty sweater on and I want to impress my lady." And then Sandy comes out wearing those black leather pants, and Danny says to her, "Hachi chachi, a spicy rigatoni. Sandy, you look hotter than a bowl of gravy, eh?" And then they fly away in a car.
When I think of The Sound of Music, I think of Julie Andrews singing the... I'm sorry, but that is not the way that the movie Grease ends. I mean, there's so much wrong there. For one, Grease was supposed to be set in Chicago. So what Danny actually says is, "Oh, Sandy! Oh, Sandy! Oh, you look shinier than the bean!" And then he apologizes for all of his misdoings, saying, "Oh, I was being a jag-off. Them other gals got nothing on you. My love for you goes as deep as Lou Malnati's deep dish pizza. By the way, I love your big hat." And then they fly away in a car.
Yeah, so the fire escape scene, or Tonight from West Side Story, the reason that scene sticks with me so much is because, I'm sorry, Sandy was absolutely not wearing a large hat. How could we all be remembering this movie so differently? Okay, so Sandy comes out in her black leather pants, her smoky eyeliner, hair to the gods, and a sensible golf visor. And then she turns to Danny and says, "Tell me about it, stud." And then he famously responds, "Oh, lordy, lordy, you are hotter than a pot of gumbo laying in the scorching August sun." And then, of course, they fly away in a car.
Telephone out. Okay, what are we getting? Sandy was Australian, which means she came out dressed as a sexy dingo. I've seen Grease 1,000 times. Why are we arguing about this?
The sun will come out tomorrow. Danny promises that he will get a matching perm, and they enroll at SUNY Oswego together. Do we see the same? I feel like I'm going crazy.
And then they hand in hand dance the tarantella.
Friends are kissing each other on the cheeks in kind of like a European kind of way.
Frenchie pays her respects to the Queen, but she's young because it's the 1950s, and that's what people always seem to forget.
You learn the whole thing is a British bake-off.
They rush Delta Theta Sigma, and Danny takes a gnarly guitar solo.
And he gets some crude oil, and he uses that as hair gel. But of course, crude oil in your hair, that ruins your scalp.
He wants to please his dad by being a basketball star, but he's really into the drama club.
There are several scenes in this movie that are claymation.
Dandy becomes like a balloon maker at a carnival, and then Danny supports that dream, and it's all very beautiful.
So next thing you know, Danny's got, you know, dandruff problems.
Sandy has like a big old fat crush on Edgar Allan Poe.
Very advanced claymation. The guys who went on to do Frankenweenie.
Danny joins BTS, and he's
and then they're smoking cigars.
Like
and then they
guys don't even understand
Johnny
the ending.
pulls
Okay,
out a
can you
plate
even
of
do what I'm
cheese.
doing right now?
Great!
What I'm
It's
doing
one
right
of the
now.
most famous
Guys, stop fighting. So what, we all remember the ending to Grease a little differently. But isn't that what great art is? Doesn't great art allow for multiple different kinds of interpretation? So what if we can't figure out the regional dialect of the T-Birds? We're all one dialect. The human dialect. And isn't that the real message of 1978 Paramount Pictures blockbuster release, Grease? That and something about having to change yourself for your boyfriend. Yeah, that's why this movie stayed in our hearts.
And then they fly away in a car.
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 Wop baba loo bop.
A wop bamboo.